So if you're following top gaining cryptocurrencies for the past couple days, you've probably had your eyes on HBAR because it's up over 100% in the past 5 days. And honestly, not a lot of people's eyes are on this, but we've been talking about this in the Never Trade community for the past 3 or 4 weeks. I actually made a Dogecoin video, I'll link it right here, where the second altcoin I talked about was actually HBAR, how I thought it had very strong growth potential moving into the next 6 months. And lo and behold, we're up over 100%. All of the people in my community cryptocurrency Discord, I will link that below if you're interested, knew about HBAR because I've been talking about it non-stop in our community. So today in this video, I'm going to be using my 4 years experience as an equities day trader and my 6 years experience as a stock and crypto investor to break down my reasons why I think HBAR has a huge potential future in the cryptocurrency space. And we're going to talk about some technical levels we could be seeing HBAR as a potential dip buy zone, and also whether or not I think it is a good price to still get in on this ride. If this sounds interesting to you, make sure you hit the like button on this video. YouTube kind of likes to control the cryptocurrency content that gets shown on YouTube. So in order to push it up through the algorithm and push mass adoption, especially on HBAR, make sure you're hitting the like button on this video. Also, if you're new to my channel, I make content all about day trading, crypto investing, and personal finance. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on all bell notifications. That way, if I notify you about something like HBAR in the future or something that's time sensitive, you'll be notified right away. But without further ado, I'm going to give you my sort of fundamental and technical breakdown of Hedera. So basically, the Hedera network is focusing on a few key points. It is really trying to differ themselves, being that they're a third generation cryptocurrency. Okay, so first and second generation cryptocurrencies always have issues with scalability and transaction speed. Okay, Hedera is trying to solve that issue. And if we actually look at their transaction speeds in comparison to something like Bitcoin or Ethereum, we can see that they absolutely annihilate them. So HBAR can do over 10,000 transactions per second, whereas with Ethereum, we're looking at 12, and with Bitcoin, we're looking at about 3 to 3.5. Okay, the average fee is $3 on the Bitcoin blockchain. We're looking at a fraction of a penny on HBAR. So that alone is going to push mass adoption, especially in the retail space, because all the normal people don't want to be paying these ridiculous fees to transact through Ethereum or Bitcoin's blockchain. So this definitely has application in regards to being cost effective and being fast. 3 to 5 seconds is the average transaction or confirmation time, whereas on Ethereum, we're looking at about 10 to 20 seconds, and on Bitcoin, we're looking to 10 to 60 minutes. Okay, so that's a significant difference just in the speed of the network alone. Another cool thing about Hedera that I really like is they're being used by very credible businesses already. Okay, so we have Boeing in the mix here. We have Google, IBM, LG. Okay, these are really big names that are starting to adapt and use HBAR's infrastructure, and I think that speaks volumes about the credibility of HBAR. Basically, they're trying to allow people to tokenize things, and you probably heard about non-fungible tokens and fungible tokens. Okay, that's sort of emerging in the cryptocurrency space, and HBAR is absolutely an asset to that sort of development. And that's why I really liked HBAR 3 or 4 weeks ago when we talked about it, and I also still like it now, and I think that there's a ton of space for it to continue to grow. Okay, another interesting part about Hedera is that it's actually a proof of stake system now, and we're starting to see a lot of cryptocurrencies move over to proof of stake, and this is going to help us with the level of security we're seeing on the Hedera network. Okay, it's going to be quicker and it's going to be more secure, and that's why I really like this project. I've liked it for a while, but I think we're going to see major growth in Hedera moving forward. Okay, right now it has a market cap of 1.9 billion, and we've seen the trading volume over the past 24 hours increase by over 100%. Okay, so this is absolutely crazy movement on HBAR. And while this looks extremely overextended relative to what we've seen previously with the price action, you have to understand how early on we are in the mass adoption phase of cryptocurrency, but also fungible tokens and tokenized items. In my opinion, this is a huge pioneering area that we've barely scratched the surface on, and I think HBAR is one of the first to do it. As far as them lasting forever, I'm not sure about that, but it certainly doesn't hurt to get some exposure to this, considering I could see the market cap of Hedera 10x easily over the next couple years. Okay, and what that's going to mean for the price is probably the same amount of gains. So if you're looking for a high potential coin to get into, I would definitely consider HBAR, being that it is very applicable for the adapting cryptocurrency market conditions. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to break down some technical levels on the HBAR 4-hour chart and just kind of show you where my entry points are, what I'm thinking important levels are, and whether or not I think right now is an early time to get in. If you're waiting for a dip buy on Hedera, I want to cover that level as well, or at least my opinion on that level. So the first thing that I saw with HBAR was this lower trend right here. And in order to get confirmation that this is the reversion to the overall trend, I wanted to clone this level and see if it matched up with these highs right here. And you could see right here, we got a resistance point here, resistance point here, resistance here, resistance here, and then it turned into support once this level broke, and that's where we started to see it rocket launch. That tells me that this is likely going to be the dip buy zone that we see major overall support with HBAR. Okay, so what I did was I grabbed a Fibonacci retracement and I drew a line from swing low to swing high where we saw this recent high, and I wanted to see all of these levels sort of agreeing with one another. So we see some resistance here, some support here, resistance here, resistance here. All of these levels are making sense, so it's indicating to me that if we are to see a major pullback, these levels will continue to make sense into the future. And if these concepts sound interesting to you, I have a whole course where I teach my cryptocurrency altcoin trading system. I will link that below if you're interested. We have a whole team and a premium section in our Discord where we talk about these trades before they happen. So if you're interested in developing your cryptocurrency knowledge and learning an actual trading system where you can consistently make swing trade profits, check out the link below. But basically what I'm doing is I'm waiting for this to come down to this area so that we could potentially have an intersection of very, very potent reversal points, which will optimize our entry and give us most likely a very, very strong rebound area. So we have the 61.8 level down here, which is the golden ratio on the Fibonacci, matching up with this overall uptrend that has been confirmed by this price action up here as well. So that's telling me that if we get a pullback down to that level, that's going to be a very, very potent dip buy level. So if you're looking to dip buy, you can look to probably dip buy around 12 to 13 cents, in my opinion. That's where my order will be. I'm already long HBAR around 15, and I just added as we started to see the influx in volume. So I have a pretty decent sized position in HBAR, but personally, I do not think it's too late on HBAR at all. But we haven't seen this sort of market participation in HBAR yet. And personally, unless this comes all the way down and gets swept under the rug and people completely forget about it, I personally don't see this having a push up and then coming all the way back down and just staying there. So even if you are getting in relatively high, I've always said this and I'll continue to say this, it's better to have some exposure and continue to drop your aggregate cost every time you see a drop in price, but not having any exposure, you're just going to keep watching it tick up, tick up, tick up, and you're not going to have any money in the game. So what I recommend is getting some exposure and just adding incrementally whenever you see the market pull down, but still getting some exposure now. So to talk about where I see HBAR moving in the next maybe year or so, I used a Fibonacci projection from the low right here up to this point and then down to this swing low to give us a projection. And our 161 projection is putting this right around 30 cents. So I know we're almost at 30 cents. I wouldn't be surprised to see a push up to 30 cents. And then that's where we see the major pullback. But moving into the next year or two, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see this coming up to this level right around the 50 cent, probably even breaking over 50 cents. And that's a very, very conservative estimate, being that we can't really perceive how much participation is going to go into this, how much volume is going to flood into this, and how much utilization it's actually going to take up in the crypto market, especially as we're seeing fungible and non-fungible tokens sort of being adopted more and the concept being grasped and integrated more. So I could definitely see HBAR 3xing to 10xing within the next 1 to 2 years, which is why I have a strong buy on this, and I have had it in my portfolio, and I will continue to add HBAR to my portfolio moving forward. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to run a quick update on HBAR, being that we're seeing a massive pump in the price. I just want people to have sort of an understanding. And I also wanted to talk about my crypto Discord community, because we've been talking about this play for so long. And if you're a member of that, you would have been in on this trade and you would have already had an average right around 15 cents. If you want to stay up to date with that, make sure you're subscribing to the channel and turning those bell notifications on. Also, guys, if you're still here with me, make sure you like this video so we can push it up through the algorithm. I really want to see HBAR see mass adoption. Okay, I'm not trying to pump this. Okay, I'm not trying to start a pump. I'm just saying I believe in HBAR, and I would like to see people find out about it so that they can also invest in it, and so we can push the overall market up. But anyways, guys, I hope you liked this video, and I will see you all in the next one.